we're going to go on to Mr. Fakler for story number 4. Mr. Fakler, a lot of people are buying real estate. A lot of investment companies are buying real estate because they want to be able to rent it out. And this is going to be story number 4. So you buy the place, you rent it out. Before you used to rent it out to individuals who'd rent it for maybe a month or 2 or 6 months or a year. Now a lot of people are buying them to rent them out via home sharing like Airbnb. So that's sort of the overview. This is a piece coming out of CNBC. It was actually a television piece. There wasn't an article associated with it. But I'm going to read you some of the key points because I went through and I watched the segment. It was on Last Call with Brian Sullivan on CNBC. And let me point out some of the point out the headline. I'll point out some of the key points, and then I want you to comment on that. And here is the CNBC headline. There's increased pressure on Airbnb owners to sell as supply outpaces demand, according to CEO Gerli out of Reventure. Okay, so that's the headline. Let me read you some of the graphs or some of the key points that comes out of it. So there's this gentleman who is a private equity group. He's an advisor. He says that basically there's about 1.5 million Airbnb units that are on the market in the United States. He says there's about 100 million single-family homes. He says that what's going on right now is that roughly as rates have gone up and these individuals have bought these homes to rent them out as Airbnb, they basically have gotten to the point where there's an oversupply. A lot of people were traveling domestically in the United States during the pandemic. Now they're going abroad if they're traveling at all because companies are bringing them back in the office. So this gentleman says as interest rates go up, as the costs go up, and we've talked before about insurance prices here in the state of Florida. We just recently had a hurricane last week, which hit, fortunately, a lesser populated part of the state of Florida. We have real estate taxes that go up because the value of your real estate as it appreciates and you feel wealthier, it also means you pay more in taxes. So there's a little bit of a switch going on, according to this gentleman, saying basically we got way too many Airbnbs, and some of the people who bought them as investments with no intention of living in them, whether they're individuals or the real estate investment trusts, are now finding themselves with an oversupply of units in the marketplace. So what say you, Mr. Fakler? Do we have too many Airbnb or a home sharing type of product out there? And could this maybe be a good sign for anybody looking to buy? Because as these individuals not able to rent them out, the costs go up, they look to sell it. And we know how much supply is currently on the market. So what is your take, Mr. Fakler? And by the way, you were an Airbnb host for some time. So if you can also get into some of that, we would love to hear about it.
Well, I was one of the original hosts, and it was a bit of a nightmare. We'll go into it a little later. But yeah, I think it's really a supply and demand issue. Basically, apparently from the story, the demand is still there, but there's so much supply. You have all these investors who got into this for either long-term rentals or for Airbnb purposes. And essentially they have lost a bunch of revenue. The story cites the 40% loss in revenue just from last year. That's huge. So this is sort of panicking these long-term investors, these owners of the real estate, to sell. And that, sort of goes into your hypothesis that maybe it'll increase the supply if that happens. Maybe the prices will finally start going down. Another of the analysts on the program mentioned that he felt that the home prices were $100,000 overpriced as they stand. He was running the numbers, the interest rates, insurance, everything else. So, it sort of all ties together. And wouldn't that be something for us to start seeing supply, which we haven't seen?
Interesting. Yeah, and let me just add to that, Mr. Fakler. So one of the analysts in this segment, we're going to have a link to this interview that occurred on CNBC with Brian Sullivan on Last Call. The analyst said that the median house price is somewhere in the ballpark of 420, 430, 440, depending on when you look at it. But based on the numbers they were running, people could really only support about $283,000 home based on a median income of about $77,000 annually and a 7.5% interest rate, and also a 20% down payment to kind of get into it. So he's saying it's over $100,000 overvaluation going on. But Mr. Fakler, I'd be very curious. How did your Airbnb experience go? Were you able to make a lot of money? And how did the guests? What kind of reviews did they leave for you?
Well, I was living downtown Edgewater area at the time, and when I partaked in the Airbnb. They had a lot of concerts. You had a lot of big extravaganzas going on. So people paid money, a good price to come in.
Mr.
And
Fakler, if I could interrupt, did you own your place or?
no, no, I rented my place. So technically it was a sublease.
Okay.
And eventually the owners found out about it, shut me down, among other things. But you got to, I mean, if you don't know what you're doing, like I didn't know what I was doing, you rent to, people who you don't know. And, I had one guy come in, he was here for one of the big concerts. I know we called him Morrissey because he looked like Morrissey. He flipped out basically. He went to the beach and got in trouble. He lost my key. His mother called me. It was an insane asylum. And of course, they also give you the opportunity, the renters, the opportunity to rate you. And my ratings were not too good. One of the problems was I was, I had a small 1-bedroom and I was trying to find a place to sleep. So I was always in the way. And, it was a nightmare. See, you learn eventually, how to play the game. I was not too good at it. Never do it again.
Either John or Forrest, you guys want to comment? I mean, Mr. Fakler did not own his place. He was renting, and then he was renting out his bedroom and or his couch. So why would you go and buy real estate if you could just simply pull a hustle like Mr. Fakler was attempting to do, not very successfully?
Well, there was no competition.
Resourceful.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.